PSLE is coming. Can you solve this 2020 PSLE math question? And the question goes, Lucy had an equal number of gold stars and silver stars. She gave 26 gold stars and 14 silver stars to Maggie. She gave the remaining stars to Nick, and Nick was given one gold star for every three silver stars. How many stars did Lucy have at first? So in this case, if you were to read this kind of question, the first question is basically what happens before. Then the second statement, not question, is the what changed, and the after or at last is where she gave the remaining stars to Nick. So this is what we call a ratio problem, and we can gonna use this before change and after table. So for the before over here, it says she gave an equal number of gold stars and silver stars. So the before change table will look something like this, where you have your gold and your silver on the right, and then you have the before on the first column of this table. Since she gave an equal number, can you guess how many units is the gold and silver? If you guess 1 unit and 1 unit, you are right. Now let's move on to the next one, which is the change, which is in the next row. So she says she gave 26 gold stars and 14 silver stars to Maggie. So in this case, she minus 26 for the gold stars and minus 14 for the silver. Lastly, she gave the remaining stars to Nick one gold star for every three silver star, which is the after. So that means gold is 1 and silver is 3. So from here, can you guess what the concept is? Since the change is not the same, this means the concept is the everything changed concept, because everything changed and the number of change is different. So from here, step 1, we want to combine the before and change. So how do we do that? Well, it will look something like this. The before and change combined together. So previously it was 1 unit for before, and the change is minus. Then we just put 1 unit minus 26 and 1 unit minus 14. So the step 2 will then we cross multiply and equal. So how does it look like? So 1 unit minus 26, we cross multiply to the silver after. And then for this, it will look something like this. And 1 unit minus 14, we cross multiply and we look something like this. And then we equal these two equations. So the thing is, how do we then do these two equations? So this is a simple example on how we do this thing called multiply brackets. So over here, I think it's like, oh, it's order of operations. Yes, you can do order of operations, but if you were to do the multiplication with brackets, that is like this, where you have 3 times 5 first, which is in this case will be the first step, and then we have 3 times minus 3. So in this sense, we can just put minus 3 times 3. And from here, this will give us 6. Pretty straightforward, right?